And I will now open up the meeting of the Bonner Valley Healthcare District Board of Directors for February 26th. February 26th. Rosie, whenever you have opportunity, please roll call.
Yes. Director Cox. Here. Director Creel.
Yes.
Director Gallagher.
Here.
Director Pimentel.
Here.
And Chair Nixon.
Here. We do not hold a closed session, so there's nothing to report out of the closed session today. Are there any agenda modifications for consideration from staff? Seeing none, I'll now open up the public comment session for matters not on tonight's agenda. And I'll check for raise hands online.
No hands online.
Anyone in the public here today? Matters not on the agenda. Seeing no raised hands, I'll close down the public comment and open it up for any comments from our board members before we get started. Okay, seeing no comments, I'll move on to the consent agenda. Before we open it up to public comment on the consent agenda, Rosie, if you could read off the items for tonight.
Yes, the first item is the minutes approval from January 29th, 2025. The second item is the financial officer monthly financial performance update. And the third item is the 2024 Pajaro Valley Healthcare District Consolidated Audit.
Okay. I'll open up the public comment for tonight's consent agenda. Anybody online wishing to speak on this item?
No hands online.
Okay, anybody in person wishing to speak on this item? Seeing no public comment, I'll close it down and I'll entertain a motion for the three consent items.
I'll move to approve the three consent items.
I'll second. Thank you, Director Cox and Creel. I'll take roll on this item. Director Cox.
Yes.
Director Creel.
Yes.
Director Gallagher.
Yeah.
Director Pimentel.
Here, yeah. All right.
Got it. Turning
All of it. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one item on tonight's list of discussion items. It's number 4. It's the election of the Santa Cruz Local Agency Reformation Commission Special District members. And I will tee this up for Steve.
Yeah, so we have the opportunity to direct me as this district CEO to sign on behalf of the district to expedite the district's vote. The district board gets to vote in favor of one regular member and one alternate member on the required ballot that will be returned to our local LAFCO. We are a few weeks early for doing this, but wanted to make sure that we took care of it right now. And Rosie, do we have, or is it in the packet of the
ballot itself.
the ballot
On
itself?
the very last page.
Yeah, thanks. I don't have that in front of me, so I can't read that
I
part
can
of it.
pass that around. But it's in the packet.
Perfect. So thanks Rosie, the candidates for the regular seat, we the district has the opportunity to vote for one. The candidates are Jim Anderson, the incumbent with the Felton Fire Protection District, Lonnie Faulkner with the Central Fire District, and Tony Nunez, our Valley Healthcare District. And then there are 5 candidates for the alternate member seat. Jim Anderson with the Fire District in Felton. Ed Banks is the incumbent with the Pajaro Valley Cemetery District. Lonnie Faulkner of the Central Fire District. Alina Lane of the San Lorenzo Valley Water District, and Tony Nunez of the Pajaro Valley Healthcare District. So after this board votes to votes for its particular candidates, then we will deliver this to LAFCO by the deadline. That is for you all to discuss inside one.
Noel, before we get into discussion, would it be appropriate to split them up and vote on one nomination and then the other, or would it be better, or I guess easier to do it both? And can we do it at the same time?
there's a nomination for the same person for both, you can do it in the same motion.
Thank you. Any questions from the board or office side?
Just a point of clarification where this board is recommending, or we're nominating, from our perspective, one member, one regular member, and two alternatives. Alternates.
Vote for one for each. One regular member, one alternate from two lists.
And hypothetically speaking, it's the same name. I guess that doesn't matter, other than if the vote fall another, anyways, okay. I'm
Hypothetically
just playing
speaking,
things through my head.
the vote could be for the same person.
Any other questions for Steve before we open up to public comment on this matter?
And we had more information on this in the packet as well. There was somebody who submitted a letter to us.
Yes, we did have one letter that had come in after the agenda was posted, and that is in your stack there at number 4. Yeah.
Okay, seeing no other questions, I'll open it up to public comment. Rosie, any raised hands online?
No one online.
Anyone wishing to speak on this item, please? You can be on the podium if you'd like, or there's fine. Yeah. Very official here.
There's no microphone though, right?
So you'll have to project.
That's okay. Good evening, directors. Thank you so much for the opportunity to stand before you. My name is Lonnie Faulkner. I'm running for the positions, as you've heard, for our LAFCO. And I just want to share, I'm representing Central Fire, but I have a pretty unique and broad set of experiences, as you probably have seen from the letter that I submitted last week. I have a bachelor's and a master's from UC Davis. I come from a background of agriculture, as well as an extensive background in research science. I also have extensive experience in governance and education, in particular environmental education. And I also have worked in the transportation realm. If you've had a chance to see my LinkedIn account. I lived in the county for over 27 years. And I'm very passionate about how we can help to make our county a better place. And LAFCO is really critical as we are starting to look at a number of issues. Water is a critical issue. Fire and addressing safety is a critical issue. We're going to be asked to put 5,000 new housing units in our unincorporated. And so we really have to be careful about how we look and address these issues, as well as combining fire service or looking at how we can address, as you know, the incredibly expensive, the increases in costs. Private equity, as you are very well aware, as this hospital district has come in and tried to do a number of issues where, for example, in fire, they've raised cost year by year over 30%. So costs of engines that used to be in the hundreds of thousands are now starting at $1 million to $3 million. These are really complex situations, and I think that we need someone who has a broad level of experience, who can come to you and say, what are issues that are important to you, and bring that back to LAFCO and help to address those issues. So I kindly ask for your nomination, and I appreciate your time. I just wanted to say one other thing, and that is, I think it's really important when you're sitting on something like LAFCO to both look backwards and communicate and gain information from historical aspects around why LAFCO was created, to protect our open space, to protect our agriculture. And as we have these various special districts, we have to look at efficiencies and help each other with that. And then also look forward. How can we create a stronger situation looking forward? So I think I have a lot to offer in that regard. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else wishing to speak on this item? Okay, seeing no other speakers, I'll bring it back to the board for discussion, and I'll for additional questions, and then I'll entertain a motion as well.
So we're,
Don't all jump in.
Yeah. I'll motion that we, somebody jumping in there.
Noel, were you gonna say something or?
Nope.
No.
I'll motion that this board nominates Tony Nunez to be our regular and alternate member.
I'll second that, and I just want to say thank you to Lonnie and to Tony for offering.
okay, with that motion, I have, Directors Martell and Cox. I'll take roll. Director Cox,
Yes.
Director Creel,
Yes.
Director Gallagher.
Yeah.
Director Pimentel,
Yes.
Attorney.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Lonnie, for, appreciate it. And, that brings us to the end of the meeting, so I'll adjourn our meeting. Thank you.